Hi, this is Carol from Carol's Crew, dropping some more words of wisdom about a whole food, plant based lifestyle. If you've caught any of my last videos, you know that CREW stands for Creating Relationships to Empower Wellness. And if you are interested in becoming healthier than you already are, then you are invited to become a member of my crew. I am a whole food, plant based nutrition coach. I have been able to reverse my own diabetes, type 2 diabetes, in 2008 with this change in 2020. If you are questioning what reverse means, here is an example. In 2008, I had an A1C of 6.2. A1C is the blood measure that they use to determine how much glucose is in your blood. And I was on metformin for 18 months. But I came off the metformin with diet and exercise. But my A1C still remained at 6.2. But I'm happy to tell you now that in 2022, my A1C is 5.5. And this change is due to a whole food, plant based lifestyle. And this is just what I want to continue to do, continue to rid myself of chronic diseases, and give hope and information to those who are facing these chronic diseases as well. Through CREW, I want to assist you in forming efficient, effective strategies that will improve your health and allow you to be healthy, happy, and informed about what real good living looks like. In this episode, I want to focus on changing your mindset. And I know I'm telling you I want to change your mindset, but I believe that when you know better, you'll do better. I know what you're thinking of. Whole food plant based, that means no meat and no dairy. Oh, that's too restrictive for me. Come on. But give me a minute just to explain where I'm at. And if you like the next minute, then give me 15 minutes to tell you more about how you can attain that same lifestyle. It is the absence of all meat and all dairy products. It also means that you're not going to, or you're going to monitor your consumption of salt, oil, and sugar, which I call the SOSs. Further in this edition, I want you to do regular exercise or movement, and I want you to gain knowledge about meditation or focused relaxation techniques to help you stay motivated and your body and mind in balance. It's a lot, but you didn't attain your current health status overnight, and you won't be able to rid yourself of your diseases overnight either. But it is work. And don't you want to stop taking those medications or even poking yourself with insulin? Think about it. Hey, are you still with me? Good. I'm glad you are still here because that means you want to make a change, or at least you want to know about what a change could look like. So let's begin with the premise. People don't get diseases, they earn them. So very few of us carry a gene for certain diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and I would even venture to say cancer. And I know that you will tell me that there's a gene that they are testing women for that tells them whether they are predisposed to breast cancer. Well, I guess my whole thing is that being predisposed and actually getting breast cancer are two different things. And yes, I was tested for the breast cancer gene in my 40s, and I was found not to have it. But I had an aunt and a great aunt who both had breast cancer. And my mother died of ovarian cancer. So something cancerous is around my family, I believe. But I also believe that you can change what you're doing by what you eat, how you live, and how you think about things. So let's not give up yet. Let's really talk about this whole thing of unearning the disease that we've earned. Now, I went to Pasteur Elementary School, but I didn't know how much work Louis Pasteur, or Dr. Louis Pasteur, had did around diseases, especially infectious diseases. I only knew that he had helped with the development of the polio vaccine. Now, he truly believes that we all have a natural ability to fight infections, and it's inside our body. But when your lifestyle is not a healthy one, you open yourselves up to weaken your own immune system. And this is done on a regular basis, on a consistent period of time, and voila, you have a disease. So I'm going to give you some tips to how you can maintain health, and you already know these, but let's talk about them. If you're stressed, or if you have a project due at work, or things are really, really up, then you may miss some of your sleep. I know in college we pulled all-nighters to study for finals, but that was probably the worst thing we could do. When you cut your sleep, you cut out a time when your body is renewing and rejuvenating itself. But that's not the only thing that you cut. Let's talk about those fresh fruits and vegetables. You say, I don't have time to go to the store and buy fresh fruit. Let me just pick up this can. Or I'll grab a candy bar, or better yet, an energy bar, because that sounds more healthy, right? When you cut fresh fruits and vegetables out of your diet, you are cutting the nutrition that your blood, that your organs need to live, or to survive, or to thrive. So you don't want to do that. And we also, since we are a fast food society, and I don't mean fast food just by McDonald's and Wendy's and Burger King and that kind of stuff. I mean, we want things fast. We are a microwave society. We want it in a bag, we want it in a box, we want it in a can, so we can have it immediately. And you know what? They play us because they make a biggie bag or a bowl and they price it at $5 because they know, oh, we're thinking $5? We can get a whole lunch? Let's do this. But it's missing the nutrients we need. And more importantly, it's not giving your gut, your blood, and your bones time to get these nutrients in so that you can be strong and healthy. Also, I want to talk about the smoke-filled rooms, the traffic jams, just the overall poor air quality. Do you get out and walk? Do you breathe the air that we have? I'm not saying it's always the best quality, but it is fresh air, and it's better than the stale air that's in buildings. So I will let you know that that also it impacts your health. So in addition to that, we invite other stress factors into our life. We worry about money because we spend too much, not because we make too much or we don't make enough. We just spend too much because we're trying to create an atmosphere of being happy. Someone close to you might be getting ill and you're worried about them. Or just the normal stressors of life, just getting up every day, going to work, working, and in some of the jobs I've had, we had what we call mandatory overtime. So that was something that was unplanned. And when you were told maybe 2 hours before your shift was to end that you'd be there for the next shift, that creates a level of stress as well. What do I do about my kids? What do I do about eating? What do I do about the wash I was going to do that afternoon? So there's all kinds of things that can lead to your stress. And you've got to realize the fact that you can't let it, you have to have something to fight it with. You can't just let it take over you. So when you get that scratchy throat, your muscles ache, you develop a fever, you are on your way to getting a chronic disease. So you may say then, I feel like that all the time. And perhaps your health status is in jeopardy. But you've got to learn to smile. You've got to learn to relax. You've got to learn to build your immune system back up. Your mind and body is trying to deal with all the conditions around you. If you're sluggish and unhappy, you know your mental mood is an underlying cause of a lot of your health conditions. Has anyone ever asked you, how are you feeling today? And you say, oh, I'm good, but I'm a little down. Well, at that point in time, you've got to think about, why are you down? You've been taught all your life that each day is a gift. And we have to live that gift in the present. So stop saying, I'm not feeling good, or I don't know why I'm not feeling good. Let's get out and get some adrenaline moving. Let's get some blood flowing. so that you can be your best. And then you are really down because and I'm sorry, but then you're really down because you really don't want to feel that way. And your weight goes up, it doesn't go down, it goes up. And you're creating a systematic routine, let's go down the rabbit hole situation. Let's not do that. Let's really find out how we can be healthier and happier. And this is through a whole food, plant based lifestyle. So don't forget, I'm not saying whole food, plant based diet, I am saying a lifestyle. So, my first premise is don't be a casualty of your own circumstances. Your health must last you a lifetime, and good health is not as easy as you think. If it was, then why are these urgent cares popping up in the neighborhood? They're taking the place of the regular primary physician, and they're keeping you from going to the emergency room, which means the hospitals still make money. But are you getting healthier? And why do you have to use an urgent care situation? Why can't you just go to the doctor once a year and get your annual physical? Oh, we have all these things to think about, all these things to look at. And I don't know. What are we going to do? So now I'm going to pick on a certain food because I thought about it. We have transitioned ourselves and our minds because all of us didn't do it, and it's okay if you didn't do it. But we transitioned from beef and pork to chicken, thinking chicken was the healthier meat. Well, we've learned now that the way they raise chickens, the way they process chickens, the way they clean them in the factories is horrible. So, but I see another phenomena happening, and it's really just mind-boggling to me because we, as people of color, have always known that cured meat is very bad for us. In fact, our first indicator was our high blood pressure. I just heard on the radio this morning that 50% of all people of color walk around with uncontrolled high blood pressure. But I don't want to digress. I want to stay focused on what we're focusing on. When you were younger, I know when I was younger, and we had a family of four, we'd go to the grocery store and we'd buy one 16-ounce pack of bacon. And that would last my family a week. You didn't have to have 2 or 3 packs because at breakfast, if we had bacon, which wasn't every morning, we didn't have but 2 pieces. But now a normal serving is 5 or 6 pieces of bacon. And then we put it in sandwiches everywhere. We have the hamburger with bacon, we have the breakfast sandwich with bacon, we have bacon with bacon. It's really something to think about. But let me tell you something. I was just on a cruise, and when we ordered in the fine dining restaurant, and one of my cruise mates ordered an order of bacon, and that side of bacon came with 7 slices. I don't want to pick on bacon, but it's easy for me to talk about because at one point in time, maybe about 10 years ago, we were trying to move away from bacon. That's why we brought out the whole concept of turkey bacon or apple whatever bacon. But now we're going back to real bacon. But bacon is 40% saturated fat. And I have explained to you in the past that saturated fat is not your friend. It clogs arteries and other cells. Bacon is also accompanied by a decent amount of cholesterol. In addition to that, 3 strips of bacon is 161 calories, which has a total number of fat grams of 12. Zero fiber, so it's not leaving your digestive system anytime soon, and 12 grams of protein, but only 0.6 grams of carbs. Now, I know you've been told carbs are not good for you, but they really are because they help to move things through your digestive system and they give you energy. But the fat to lean meat ratio is about 50% for bacon. That's the regular cut. I'm not talking about the thick slab bacon people are having seasoned with pepper and molasses and buying in the high-end meat markets. So let me tell you what bacon does to my friend. She likes bacon. to the point that she eats it even though her ankles and her joints swell up. That's what I mean by people not trying to be healthy. Ponder it for a minute. You know a certain food inflames your joints, but you continue to buy and eat it. Does that sound like health to you? Remember when I told you in your partnership with your physician that he doesn't believe that you're going to do what you have to do. He doesn't believe that you're going to actually stop doing some of the things that you know are bad for you. So he gives you the medication because it's easy. Pop that pill and your disease is conquered. Is it really? We also make excuses for ourselves. We say that we ate that unhealthy food because it was the special at the restaurant. Remember when I told you $5 is the price point? So if it's $5, we'll probably buy it regardless of what kind of health it has, what kind of nutrition it has in it. I just went on a cruise, and yes, people will say I lost money because my vegetables cost the same as the lobster or the prime rib at dinner because it all came as part of the cruise fee. But I don't have to pop a pill or elevate my legs to feel better. Well, I'm tired of going to the doctor, the pharmacist, or just the drugstore to get drugs. So why do we continue to eat foods that we know will give us health problems or uncomfortable problems that will not allow us to do the things that we want to do? Now, I will tell you that on my cruise, I did a zip line for the first time, and I'm 68 years old, but that was on my bucket list. So there are new adventures to go on and things that you'll be able to do if you just increase your health. And that's what I mean by don't be a casualty of your own circumstances. I was always told, as I've said earlier in this video, when you know better, you'll do better. Well, I'm showing you how you can know better. The question is, will you do better? And more importantly, will you say more than, I'll do better tomorrow? Because, as my mother used to say, tomorrow never comes. The second thing that you have to do, and I've been talking about that too, but I want to bring it out in boldness to you, you must be a participant in your own recovery or growth. When you pop that pill, you are not participating in your recovery, in your health, or your growth. You're just being, I would say, obedient to what the doctors ask you to do. But how many times have you seen the commercials on TV and they have this litany of things that can go on if you tend to take this medication? There's one on there right now that I really hate because the lady says, and I do empathize with her, but she says, I'd rather take the risk of having all these side effects than have the condition I have. What if the condition she has could be minimized and eliminated by just changing her diet and lifestyle? Now, Weight Watchers, you all know about Weight Watchers, has built an empire on not doing it alone. So you have to participate in your healing. They have a class, and at the class you weigh in, and everyone there knows if you lost or gained weight. But more importantly, then you get the health advice that you need to carry you through the next week. So I go to a gym every day. And at the gym, my trainer, who's not always nice, finishes up a lot of times with 5 1-minute planks. And he had worked us to death last Friday. We were really tired. And so he said, okay, let's do it. 5 1-minute planks. And we complained. And he said, okay, we can just do 1 5-minute plank. Now, you know that sounds crazy, don't you? So we said, okay, if you do it, we'll do it. And then we informed him that one of the other young ladies in the class, we knew she could do a 5-minute plank. So he better be on his best behavior when he does this plank with us. And I must say, they both held the plank for 5 minutes. And we cheered them on. It was fun. But now I have a new goal. I can do a 1-minute plank, but I'm going to try my best to build my stamina up to do a 2-minute plank. And sometimes when we plateau, when we get to the point where we're doing things and we're comfortable doing it, we just keep on doing it. But we need to push ourselves further. Just like when my A1C was 6.2, I wanted to be lower than 6. So I got it to 5.9. But now it's 5.5. And that's only because others around me have talked about the fact that it was possible. And I believed that when they did it, I could do it. So always bring someone along in your education so you can reach your goals, you can have additional knowledge, and you can be the best that you can. So when you look around, you see your health and healing will come from your obedience to your goals, your desire to being made whole, not just healed, but whole. So support your own determination and bring others along with you, as I said before. I'm trying to do that. Wholeness will create hope and determination that cannot be stirred or shaken, even by setbacks. So until the next time, this is Carol from Carol's Crew. We're creating relationships to empower wellness, and I'm going to be signing off. Hopefully, I said something during this time that sparked your energy, sparked your desire to want to do more. And if you like what I've said, please like and share my video and or the knowledge with someone else. And then I'll see you next time. This is Carol from Carol's Crew signing off. See you later.